centaur. Okay.
I love how,
Centaur
like,
spotted
recently
OPFOR,
I've been
so
getting in
let's
all
try
these
and
big projects with, you know, near triple digits for
and then
players.
we'll do some wiggle jiggle.
It's good to see, you know, just bigger communities out there than TSB. Just to know that, you know, there's still plenty of people enjoying Arma, because my big fear is this game going down the drain, but hopefully streamers like me can help prevent that and still spread awareness, so. Alright, we're still hearing them adjust their things. I'm gonna slightly turn my music down because it's gonna start overpowering the
Cancer? Okay, thanks.
the gameplay. I just like to blast Bentusi battle in the beginning. By the way, I will be the only commentator on for these rounds. In the North American branch at 8, Barbarian will be joining me. Maybe Warwick will join us for a round as well, too.
I just remembered that he's a hero.
I know he likes to play as well, and you might see me ground command one of these this week, if I'm given the ability to, because normally ground command falls to the bigger groups first, so a lot of things have to get passed before I have the ability to step up and take it.
So the 19th on OPFOR.
So BLUFOR is supposed to get a 10% advantage here, yet OPFOR is kind of getting the numbers here, so something's going to have to be switched around. But we are at 82 now.
Are still unslotted. Please pick a slot in Charlie squad, Charlie 1 or Charlie 2.
How are you guys doing?
Is anybody who is not here as part of a running team.
I'm always curious to see what chat thinks about these, because, you know, this isn't Zeusing, this is just watching people kill each other, so, you know, your viewpoint does matter a lot more. But aye.
So good.
Gonna work on doing this, and then in between both branches, I'm gonna clean my bathroom. Like that's just can't even English today. But you know, I'm gonna just do some chores, do some classwork, then we'll get into the NA branch, and then
you'll be directed as to where to go. We need to get things.
I don't know what I'll do after yet.
So, can I Indigo Fox? You got 1 minute. Just get your team sorted.
Yeah, Slushy, always good to see you, man.
Heard. Where are all the 29th guys?
Yeah, right, Crypto. I can just imagine you being a mod developer for one of those Star Wars mods. You just sit down after finding out your saber tanks are busted with a model error. You get annoyed about it, you sit down, you tune to this stream, and you just want to watch people kill each other. I mean, is there no greater enjoyment in the Arma 3 community right now, you know?
Thank you.
Just watching over 80 players actively try to murder each other. I think that's a good call.
Just join whatever team Katie.
They are
more like tune in and keep working. Admirable. Yep. No, I'll admit, when I watch other streamers, usually I have them in my second monitor while I'm working on Arma stuff on my first one.
Yeah, I'm good.
Always got to keep yourselves busy in this world, definitely.
Severe, you have 1 minute on the clock, my friend.
All right, so Severe is commanding. No,
volunteers to take Alpha Squad.
He's doing OPFOR command. So Severe, for those of you who don't know, he was a guest star with me on the Bad Frags broadcast from a few weeks ago.
The BTR and
so I have a lot of respect for him. He allegedly helps run the Finnish Shadow Council of his group, which was a very big name. But where is Scandi Recon and all this? Scandi Recon is also under him, so he also has the memesters that are the reason I started shoutcasting EU's branch, because they would pull some of the craziest BS ever. But OPFOR is not going to field the BTR or the helicopter.
Okay, fantastic.
That could change, but they are fielding the full MAT team. BLUFOR, meanwhile, with Indigo, looks like they're taking both. Vix got the pilots. Wasn't able to check the MAT team. We'll check that in the mission.
Thanks.
And we'll see what the actual objective is, and I'll go and change the mission command after that. And as you can hear, there's a lot of bullshittery in chat going on right now.
And I'm not threatening anything, actually, I'm promising.
I'm gonna shut off my TFAR plugins, because I'll be going to the Casting Catch channel after they all get moved. But I'm gonna quickly see Boogaloo Part 1 by Mountain. Mountain is another pretty good player in
no offense, Piers.
Friday Night Fights. He also helps run one of the groups called AA. which
I
is
You want to give the
Arma
briefing, Bob?
Anonymous, I think.
I do.
Let's just wait for everyone to be in first.
Interesting. So this is not a brief style I've seen before. So I'm going to sit
You're
in
trying to
on
say we're
this
still
just to
waiting on
have a
you, Dingo?
listen.
Leave me alone. I'm on a laptop.
Now both sides
I'm
do
on
have
laptop,
air
I'm doing just
assets, so
fine.
they
No
can
excuse.
deploy anywhere in
Yeah,
this
well, I'm in now.
AO.
All right.
You sure?
What she said.
Trying to eat my crushed up granola bar. Don't do this to me.
Yeah, maybe one day,
Right.
Crypto.
That looks like everyone is in. Break. Mount him. What is your briefing, sir?
Alright, so attack defend. BLUFOR has 2 MRAPs, a CH-53 and a UH-1Y. It does have the miniguns. OPFOR has a BTR and a KA-60 unarmed, as well as 2 technicals. BLUFOR, you will be starting, you see where you're starting there. You have plenty of options to move. You have rib boats, you have CH-53, and you have cars. OPFOR, you have plenty of cars to get around, and 3 KORDs.
Excuse me.
Okay,
And-
BLUFOR platoon.
As well
Oh,
as
one more thing.
forward gentlemen.
My bad. Both sides have 7.62mm. BLUFOR has scars. OPFOR has AKMs.
Ooh.
Fantastic. BLUFOR, platoon leader, do you have any questions?
So 3 ammo cache, non-sequential.
Yes, sir.
Okay. That's exactly what I
OPFOR,
needed to
platoon
hear.
leader, do you have...
I'm going to jump down, write that command out. Let's see. So, mission... Or is defending 3... They're defending 3 ammo caches. Got it. Now, there are a lot of interesting things for this operation. First off, it's raining. So that is, right off the bat, pretty funny. I'm going to go ahead and hit F1 to make the menu go away on the bottom right. Second thing I'm going to do is hit J so you guys can get those beautiful tracers on the bullets. I'm still working on a way to get that for my Zeus interface, but it is unlikely. But wow. Hold up. We've got custom attached to technicals. But... is this an asset? Because that doesn't look like the standard tripod. I guess we do have, these have to be vanilla then. I didn't realize we had 50 cal technicals that look like that now. No. It, I'm willing to bet it's the regular vanilla, I'm so dumb. This is a regular vanilla asset, but now you have the option to put the shield on. That's what it is. I've never known you could do that. I might change up how I do a few Friday things now because of it. But that is pretty nice. So you've got those. You've got sit-down KORDs. Ooh. Sit-down KORDs are going to be really tough to use because they only have a limited cone of a way to attack. Sure, it lowers your target profile, and you can be a little sneakier with it, but if you want to move it or use it against aircraft, you really have to finagle this thing, which means getting out of it and then, adjusting it to where you want. So there's pros and cons with those, but these are 14.5mm, and those can easily shoot out the armed humvees that BLUFOR is going to have, as well as their helicopters. So if they can find an angle, that'll be great, but it's going to be really, really tough to do. But looking down at OPFOR's assets, they do have that MAT team, they've got a machine gun team, and then everything else is kind of within the whole roster between Alpha and Charlie, so mainly just infantry, with Stray Dog being the marksman. Now, something interesting to note is that all of the weaponry is 7.62. That was a very special thing to note by the Mission Maker Mountain, because 7.62 is going to be able to drop your opponent a lot easier. I know I have a lot of clips of things like reload wars and all this other crazy stuff going, but you're going to see a lot less of that with a bigger bullet, because 7.62 kind of puts them on par with the deadliness of the marksman. So headshots will still be insta, but the vests are going to be a lot less effective at stopping shots. So instead of seeing people take up to like 6, maybe 8 bullets to get killed, you might see it as little as 2 to 3, just center mass in the chest. So people are going to go down a lot quicker, and you're going to have to see players play a lot more cautiously because of it. Anyway, looking on the BLUFOR side, I do see a MAT team in play. Looks like Logan is going to be the MAT gunner, but I don't see him. No, Boston is the assistant. He just doesn't have a squad leader, or excuse me, his team leader. But Hold on, let me confirm this. Yeah, so Boston, he is going to act as the team leader. He has that second missile for Logan, so that MAT team's going to be able to strike 2 assets. Meanwhile, Firefighter is going to be the assistant for Hoyts, and Wheaton, who is on the multi-switch, by the way, he is going to be the team lead for that group. But looking at BLUFOR's assets, so the MRAPS they have are the ones with the Grenadier turrets as well, and are more up-armored. So those are going to be priority targets for the MAT team gunner. But we also, I was hoping we got this, we have the armed rear shot. I think this is a minigun. It might be a 50 cal though. But either way, this could be a very deadly weapon if utilized right. But this is a massive target that is going to bait OPFOR into using one of their MAT team rounds against it. Or the KORDs could easily shoot out the pilot here. Also looking at the Venom gunship here, we got 2 side-mounted M134 miniguns as well. And it does have a camera. But I think BLUFOR only took 2 pilots, 1 for each vehicle. But at the same time, this would be a really good scouting vehicle to utilize. BLUFOR also has 4 RHIBs, but I don't think they're going to see any use today because of how powerful the ground teams can be. So F is usually the pilot section, and then E's are the vehicle section. So you've got 2 full crews for those vehicles. And then we're seeing full machine gun teams for Delta. With the exception of D1, so D1 is going to probably command those groups. We might see some people joining in and out of the server right now. Go away. You can see on the left side right there. So we might see someone come in to take those roles. But again, it's really just Russian Scandinavians versus BLUFOR and everyone else. So I'll be curious to see how this all goes. Anyway, scrolling back up, Falcon Labs, thank you for the 8-month resub, my man. I hope you keep enjoying the operations, and I hope you get a kick out of this. And yeah, you guys are right. I mean, the way this barrel looks, I think this is a 50 cal. I'm going to be really curious to see what its fire rate is, though, because that could really help out with, you know, putting suppressive fire down range. Also, it can penetrate the BTRs, and I would be curious to see what that is. Now, in terms of trap assets for both sides, in my opinion, based off of this map, BLUFOR shouldn't use the boats. The boats could easily be locked down by any air assets going in. However, it is important to note that OPFOR did not take a pilot. So with that being the case, the boats could really help BLUFOR, you know, get an assault from the north, but they'd be assaulting uphill, and there's a lot of foliage here for OPFOR to hide a team in and hit them from the rear. But does BLUFOR want to do that? Maybe if they push their vehicles up this SSR right here to then reinforce, but an uphill battle with vehicles would be very tough. Meanwhile, OPFOR, I would say that there is a really big risk in fielding this helicopter, because putting an unarmed helicopter against, not even an armed helicopter, but, you know, a helicopter with sideways mounted guns, could easily take it down. But the benefit of the, you know, Russian helicopters, at least you can get some preliminary scouting data. Looking at the terrain here, these big ridges, I can't turn up my render distance, by the way, but I know they can. So if we were to go into view distance limiter, I'm going to try putting this up to 3.5. Yeah, so see, there's a fog script that stops me. So I'm going to put that back at 2.5 and just leave it as is. Because the game is rendering more view, and that just lags me out a bit. So I'm limited to about a click right now, so shit happens. But if OPFOR could get a team in that chopper and just fly up to this massive ridge, they could have the MAT team take out any assets they wanted to almost immediately. You guys saw me utilizing this ridge line and reconning that exact town yesterday in the BIA op, so I can assure you, you know, it's only a click away. That could do some significant first strike damage if OPFOR wanted to risk it, but I don't see anyone going for that chopper. I don't see anyone resequencing or reslotting into that pilot slot. So OPFOR is just going to try to play this defensive, and it's going to be a tough one. Really, BLUFOR is going to have the air power advantage. But if OPFOR spends both of its MAT missiles to take out both of the air assets, then you're going to have the... I forget these... It's like 1777 or something, like 1117 is what these assets are. But these are very deadly, and those can get ranged up pretty high. Also, small thing to note about this, the rain. This is really notorious for drowning out communications. Everything's going to have to be set on radio. Because any local communications is going to really get drowned out by the rain, which is why you normally don't see me do rain for Iron Front or Vietnam ops, because it makes communicating really, really difficult. We saw that in the BIA op, I think 2 weeks ago, in that Vietnam one when rainstorms did happen. So, very interesting map design and attention to detail here, and it's really going to push both sides to utilize the full end of their equipment. But I think the biggest questions we're going to have is, what is BLUFOR going to field where, and what is OPFOR going to try to do to counter it? I'm willing to bet this is the Delta team, and I already saw Hoyt's name. But yep, D4 is the MAT team that has the AT. So they're going to immediately try to rush up this ridge line and shoot down whatever they can, just so they know what assets BLUFOR is still going to have after that. And it's also really important to note that the MAT team guys, they're not just AT, they also have the clue system with that AT tube, so it's a thermal camera. So they're going to be able to get up here, take their AT shots at a range that it's going to be really difficult for BLUFOR to engage back. Maybe using the 1117's grenade machine guns to hit up here would be effective. But if OPFOR can get up here and lock BLUFOR down quick enough, you're going to see a similar spawn camp to CC07. The aircraft are going to lift up and then immediately get shot down. But BLUFOR, they have a lot of room to maneuver here, and my fear... Actually, no, this is what's going to happen. BLUFOR is going to have to come up this route because south is out of bounds. So they might be able to maneuver quicker than OPFOR can get up to this ridgeline, because you got to consider they're going to be going a little uphill because this is very difficult to navigate. It's going to take them about 5 minutes to get into position, but BLUFOR in those 5 minutes could be all the way over here by then. But based off of these vehicles, I don't see a point in using the boats if they're given these cars over here. You know what I mean? So, you know, these are 8-person Humvees that could, you know, just fit all the remaining infantry. Plus, BLUFOR is going to be safe after they get everything in here, because this, carved outside of a mountain, for a lack of a better term, is going to really cover them from, you know, being up here. If OPFOR really wanted to do a rush strategy, they'd have to use the helicopter. Really just get the pilot, have them land right up here, like have them airborne right in the air ready to go, and they might be able to get away with it. But let's take a look at the actual cache positions here. Sorry, I will admit, to like zoom down real quick, I gotta use W, Shift, and Z, and it's a really weird button combo to use on my left hand, but we have these 3 big areas. Each one of these areas represents where a cache is, but only OPFOR knows where exactly they are. So I have to do a little bit of finagling to try to find it. Based off of where Scandi Recon is, they're getting some dudes up here. This is a really classic spot to see people garrison, because it's got really good eyes on the town, it's got really good eyes to the left. So I'm not surprised at all that Scandi is coming up here. In my Project 13 dev testing, we had a few guys actually camp this building, because again, it had really good 360 coverage of everything. But operation will begin in 2 minutes. Here's the cache, right? It has a little symbol. So it's just in a random obligatory building. Really, there's no other way to tell where the cache is. I mean, buildings with the umbrellas on them do tell you that they're enterable because this is an Arma 1 map. So that can give a nice little hint, but not by much. Second cache is just in a random ammo building. So, I mean, these caches are super obligatory. Normally, you're able to kind of guess, you know, which building has them, but I really like Mountain's choice of design here to try and decide, like, you know, make the caches harder to predict. So you have to physically go in and clear the town, and that's going to eat up on the clock, which I believe is going to be an hour for this operation. And that just helps stall out the attack inside. So third cache is just in a random garage. Now, what we could easily see is BLUFOR takes a boat. Wow, no, they're going to take all the boats here. Interesting. So, the boats, though, are only a few people each. This might be a feint. Just for a single squad to go off. If OPFOR gets eyes on that, they could think that a lot more guys are going to come and try to backcap that back cache. And that would help catch OPFOR out of position here. But normally, last thing I will say on OPFOR's deployment is when you have 3 objectives, it's better to just pick 2 to defend and then sacrifice the 3rd one. Don't even bother, especially if you have to defend all of them. Well, if you have to defend all of them at once, that's the strategy. If they can only attack 1 at a time, then it's a little different. But we're seeing that with OPFOR deciding they're only going to defend these 2, and then we have the marksman going to overwatch that cache. Interesting. He's probably going to this building over here because that's going to be a really good one to have him overwatch from with all of the different windows. And this is all pretty open ground. But yeah, I mean, at least with the Russian helicopter, these guys could, you know, really go out of a reposition to get to different areas. But right now we're seeing 2 KORDs staying close to base. Dingo is going to get into this vehicle. Dingo is the 2IC, the first sergeant, and the helicopter is going to be left on the tarmac. But otherwise, 4 boats are being deployed. We are seeing a whole squad being loaded up in the helicopter, and another whole squad being loaded up in the aircraft. So this is going to be an air rush. But the question is, can the MAT team get up in time to take those helicopters out? Because if they can, and kill that much of the BLUFOR side right off the bat, that's going to be devastating for BLUFOR, and honestly, probably give OPFOR an early win. Interesting. Merciless Doug, by the way, thank you so much for the 6-month resub. I hope you keep enjoying the operations, and I hope you get a kick out of this one. But yeah, vehicles are on the way. We're seeing the Venom starting to go directly south, probably to try to come around here, but the MAT team has deployed. So I think they're tracking the boats, but if they look right now, they could completely catch those helicopters out of position. This is tense. So they're outside of my render distance, but not outside of the render distance for these guys. So if they were to look right, they just might miss them. Oh, I can hear them from over here, though. If the MAT team engages those helicopters, it's over for BLUFOR. But the MAT guy, he's looking left. Oh! You can faintly hear the helicopters right now. If the MAT team were to take out even one of those, that would be devastating for BLUFOR because each one has a squad in them right now. Is Digby in this op? Digby's never been in a Friday night fight, so I don't know where you got that. They still have the terrain. Helicopters are flying low, but it might not be enough. Someone's looking over in that direction, so someone knows the helicopters are over there. And we got him back on the thermal camera looking over his own guys, but unfortunately that window was missed. Oh, we've got one coming right over. Oh! I think he's gonna land right to the south. Can the MAT team catch it? No, he's coming up the valley. He's gonna land right in the little divot down here, so very risky by BLUFOR. But it's going to pay off for them. So we're having one squad deploy up here, having the vehicles come up here. It's going to be just a massive pincer movement. And then I'm willing to bet the Sea Stallion's going to land and try to backcap that objective. So that's going to nullify OPFOR's little time advantage, since a team is going to rush over there. We're also having... It looks like these guys are going to come completely around and try to hit the rear. Interesting. So it's a really... risky plan by BLUFOR, because if he lost those helicopters early on, it would have been game over, similar to the last Serrani op. When OPFOR accidentally lost a helicopter with a squad in it, they lost that round on principle. By the way, if you guys want to come and join in a Friday night fight, just do !mission. There is a Discord link in there. You still have time to download all the mods and get in on the next 2 rounds for EU, and then there's going to be another 3 rounds in about 3.5 hours. Or 4.5 hours. 4.5 hours. My bad. So BLUFOR is deploying a lot of guys, but with this massive deployment here, OPFOR has no idea where BLUFOR's main force is. So that's going to force them just keep defensive in this scenario. And I really have to applaud BLUFOR for making this. Because even though they had the MAT team do some scouting, they heard the helicopters go south. They saw that main vehicle team go up. They even saw the boats going around. They have no idea where OPFOR is coming from right now. Where BLUFOR is coming from right now. And that's just going to force OPFOR to hunker down a lot more as they try to get to some better scouting data up. But now we're seeing the MAT team reposition to try to find out where the group is going, but interesting enough, they're abandoning the helicopter. Let me guess, the other helicopter was abandoned. Huh. So the pro of that is you get an extra guy on each vehicle. The con of that is OPFOR might try to steal that shit. And the pilot's gonna run right into these guys. I don't think OPFOR spotted him because he was still in defilé, and they certainly didn't see that helicopter, but they're looking around just trying to get more scouting data. They might end up driving right on top of him. So again, it's gonna be really hard to hear vehicles because of the rain. But I think he just heard that car, because I did. They're gonna drive right over and find the helicopter. And the pilot immediately goes prone. He's waiting for dismounts. And there goes the pilot. Now these guys had to have heard those shots. But now the Delta team has the opportunity to steal a helicopter. So now OPFOR, they're gonna radio this in. OPFOR's gonna know that they're ditching the helicopters, but they're totally taking it. Now, the really big issue here is they need to give this to a different asset. Because if they put their MAT team in a helicopter, it's going to be a very big waste of an asset here. But it looks like BLUFOR, they're keeping guys on Overwatch back here. They're looking back. But this is a very interesting operation already. BLUFOR is trying a massive pincer movement here. And OPFOR has stolen BLUFOR's venom. Well, no, so OPFOR shouldn't plant anything on the heli because BLUFOR's not going to use that. Plus, they just killed the pilot. So, again, BLUFOR's not going to go back on that. But if I was OPFOR, I would totally steal that. I'm not sure if they're allowed to, actually, but... Yeah, no, so... OPFOR now has knowledge that they're ditching the helicopters. I'm not sure if they'll put 2 and 2 together on the Sea Stallion. Looks like they're instead sending the Sea Stallion back. BLUFOR's adapting to the fact that OPFOR just took one of their helicopters, so that makes sense. But, you know, neutralizing that asset early on just means that the MAT team isn't going to have to AT it. which means they can save their MAT missiles for the 117s back here. And meanwhile, you're having the Delta team start to set up. Yeah, they're putting Grenadier rounds in here. This could be devastating, though. But there isn't... They don't have their machine gunner with them. Yeah, so they're just going to have to set up shop right here. No one's pulling security. These guys heard that helicopter, so they're going to be pulled away. So that's a lucky break for BLUFOR. But BLUFOR is now pulling back instead. So yeah, they put some Grenadier rounds to try to ground that thing. And they're trying to get the MAT gun out. These guys need to make a decision, and that decision needs to be to engage. Yeah, because their machine gunner's back here. And we just saw... I don't know what the flashing is right there. We just saw some fire over here. I'm not sure if they were trying to hit the vehicle, but that did spook these guys. Grenadier round goes up. Bullets going really close to this dude's head. They're just suppressing up here. Oh, and there's a headshot because these guys are uphill and they can only see the heads. One of them's getting on the minigun. Added a pretty dope-ass avatar on the side. But yeah, now he's trying to watch for that. So it's going to be up to Denel here to try to get a shot, but 1 to 3, and one of the 3 is on the minigun. That's going to be very difficult. But meanwhile, BLUFOR, I don't think, is playing this one right here. They have one squad going up to this objective on their own, and they're going to end up getting swarmed by a majority of OPFOR forces here. And because the numbers are on the even side, BLUFOR only has a 10% advantage on the numbers. That's going to, like, every player counts here in the ratios. But I also love how we have a single boat coming in to try to test this as the other 3 boats stay here. And as they come in, also Stray Jog joined by Dingo, who is the second in command there. Now you're hearing more gunshots go off. They just killed one of the OPFOR guys coming up on that ridge. He was trying to flank around to see what was there, but now that that machine gunner was back with them, they were able to get the shots. But you do see some blood splatters on the ground here, so one of them definitely did get a bit wounded. It looks like it was the machine gun. But the 240 Bravo, it's a very, very deadly piece of equipment. And now these guys are getting in the car, I guess, to reposition. Probably lost contact with that guy, so they know that they need to be careful. But I think he was the team leader because they didn't want to risk any of the MAT team guys getting hit. Let's scroll down. So Hoyt and Wheaton. I'm pretty sure Firefighter was the... might have been the MAT gunner, actually, but... we'll have to check back later. I'm sure they still have the MAT gun in both rounds for it, so. BLUFOR, meanwhile, closing the pincer right here on this rear objective. Not a bad call there. That's what you want to do in a pincer movement, have both sides attack at once. Meanwhile, we saw Delta fire some shots, but there's no way that they could have seen the MAT team's vehicle right there as they reposition. So I find it interesting how the first firefight has been on this ridge for that Venom gunship. Yeah, no, these guys are going to go up and take this lighthouse for that Overwatch. We saw in that previous Friday night fight that they, BLUFOR, when they were defending against OPFOR, they had guys up here and their MAT team. They were able to pretty much lock down this entire AO. And that's exactly what you're seeing here. The issue is that the marksman is right here. And I'm willing to bet they might detect them sooner or later, but it doesn't look like it. At his angle, he's looking a little more to the left here, and BLUFOR has 2 squads of dudes coming down to take that objective. And now we're seeing BLUFOR taking some shots over here, so OPFOR now knows that this BLUFOR group's here. One of them did get hit, and that is a 50 cal firing over at their position. So it's going to be doing some general suppression. These guys are on their own. We do see some strong players like T5 Bay, Dooley as well, trying to get some AT out to engage that AT4. But at that range, it's going to have to be one hell of a shot. Also, I don't know if they want to use AT4 against the technical, but we do have this BTR back here, commanded by Severe. He is solo crewing it as the OPFOR ground command. Maybe that'll be what they try to shoot at. And then we still have the gunship over here flying around, and then BLUFOR's vehicles are all the way back here. But BLUFOR really needs to close the gap and get everyone together, because if they send small teams in like this, they're just going to get chewed out by all of OPFOR's assets at the caches. A silver lining, though, that OPFOR will have to deal with is the attrition of these firefights. They will eventually run out of ammo for their bigger guns. But this is an interesting play here. So you're seeing some bullets come out to over here. Looks like they're suppressing this position where they know they see some dugout positions up here. A nice little overwatch, like little watchtower they made. But I thought they were having BLUFOR shoot at the BTR to distract it so that a different guy could try to line up a shot. These guys do need to be careful, because that 14.5mm on the BTR will be able to penetrate that wall, and if it hits you in the head, you're dead. So yeah, we're seeing some pretty big suppression now coming from that PKP gunner from D1. But these guys, they probably know that BTR is there. They had another guy get hit. And BLUFOR can just spend time kind of making them all drain their ammo. That's not a bad call there. But they really have to watch out, because OPFOR can definitely send something to maneuver on behind them. Robertson taking some shots now from a vehicle suppression. But if BLUFOR tries to maneuver down, there's just way too much open area from this little position where they'll get hit. But OPFOR is going to start sending dudes around to try to hit him on the rear. So we're seeing Bob Winchester pushing up on his own. He is a squad leader. That's very risky. His squad following behind, but if BLUFOR gets the radio and listens to OPFOR's comms early on, that could be pretty devastating. So meanwhile, looking back here, they do hear the gunship, the Pablo, excuse me. And these guys are all just taking cover as BLUFOR is still maneuvering around, but it looks like BLUFOR, knowing that that area is clear, they're diverting these guys to go take the middle cache. So yeah, these guys are trying to find everything. These guys would have seen them by now. But yeah, BLUFOR trying to spread their units out to, you know, to hit all the objectives as quick as they can. And now we're seeing BLUFOR also send the vehicles up from this direction, because no one's going to be overwatching that vector, because they're all focused on the BLUFOR guys over here. So this is a really good case of where BLUFOR is actually doing really well despite having all of their units at different areas. They're able to pretty much keep OPFOR locked down in positions, distracted by smaller groups. Now, we do have a technical coming up, but it's getting shot at by a different machine gun team. That technical might have set up back here to try to cut BLUFOR off, but instead, we're at this level now, and now BLUFOR might be able to get a shot or two on that technical. We see T5 Bay lining up a headshot, and there goes the gunner of that gun, but T5 Bay might pay for it with his life. He manages to kill another guy. 2 for 1 for T5 Bay, and now he runs up, starts suppressing that guy. Goatland might come around and cut him off, but he goes down. He's still alive, though. Oh, no, there's some double tapping. Yeah, he is not waking up from that. T5 Bay, normally one of the stronger players we see. Going 2 for 1, though, in a near-even fight is definitely how you want to go. Now you hear that gunship flying overhead. Also a two-man team of Charlie's coming up to this vehicle. Wow, when did they get up here? These guys are screwed. Oh, we just heard AT launch. That was a mat gun. That's gonna force it to land. Oh, she's sliding. But that puppy can take a lot of punishment. These guys can now come down and kill the pilot. That's gonna leave one piece of AT remaining. Oh, and now you have Charlie looking over Delta team here. Take the shot. Go prone, take the shot. You guys completely have him out of position. Yep, so they prioritize hitting the guy on the right first. Guy on the left goes prone, but makes it easier to get shot in the head, and that is an easy 2 kills by OPFOR. Meanwhile, OPFOR gets that 1-to-1 right there. They have their no, that's AT4. Okay. Dooley doesn't notice. He gets hit on the left here. Hand trying to medic a dead body. He's gonna get breached in a second. Skyrome gets double tapped. Han, you need to turn around, buddy. Han, you're screwed. not PIDing your weapon audio is a very big issue. Stars and AK sound very different. But that cost OPFOR their BLUFOR some guys. Meanwhile, OPFOR losing a technical, getting Flying Finn knocked unconscious. That is from the 117s. So we have another 3-man team coming in right here. We have something smoking over here. The other 117 came up and was taken out probably by a short-range piece of AT. Sorry we missed that, guys, but yeah, because these guys were up here. Finn now needs to get down because he's being suppressed by that 117. OPFOR has left. Hold on. No, let me quickly. Yep, all right, there's 2 charges on it. So BLUFOR needs to make sure they dead it before they get out of range, though. Because otherwise there's going to be a major issue right there. Because they'll have to go back and tag it. Meanwhile, quick time check. We're only 15 minutes in this 1-hour escapade. I thought the thunder was them detonating the cache, but it wasn't. OPFOR... I mean, even-wise, we got one entire team down. That's BLUFOR's team that was up there, which is unfortunate. OPFOR, though, has a lot of skulls around different areas. So it's still pretty even, but BLUFOR looks like they've lost a few more guys in the whole mess of things. Meanwhile, Outcast is dragging Finn down. Looks like he is the medic. He might be able to get Finn back up. But yeah, these guys are all pinned on the hill. And we have the BTR pulling around over here. Didn't notice this small Echo team. These were the vehicle crew of that 117. Yeah, even the snorkels got blown off. Well, I mean, I don't fault the vehicle for not seeing them because that's pretty thick brush that is nearly impossible to see guys out of. Plus, they're trying to reposition so they can engage that 117 with 14.5mm, which will penetrate its hull. It is important to note, though, that OPFOR still has a single map missile left, and I think they're trying to hunt the pilot, so that'll be an interesting little bout of PvP to see there. But the BTR has the high ground! Starts firing the 14.5, but a little bit of a rock wall here blocks it. BTR trying to maneuver, gets stuck, and is forced to do a big backup. The 117 has no idea where that BTR is, doesn't seem concerned in looking. Now the BTR is firing at 7.62, but that's not going to do anything. If that 117 takes its 40mm and fires it at the BTR, they could hit it. Honestly, the BTR just needs to drive up behind it and shoot, but now that gunner's turning back, a lot of that BTR is exposed. And they're going to fire with 50 cal instead, but 50 will penetrate the BTR's armor as well. We see someone go unconscious, the gun just got knocked out, and that BTR is pretty much out of play. So really, really bad maneuvering by that BTR. It got caught right there, forced to back up. And that 117 is going to live to fight another day. But had they had a good angle with that 14.5, we would have seen a different story here. So that BTR is going to limp back. Meanwhile, some OPFOR guys, I think, might have seen the vehicle crew over there. They could get rescued by the other vehicle. And OPFOR still has that position control. 2 guys on OPFOR still looking for that pilot. And Golfer is engaging them. Oh, wow. This guy needs to see that little skyline there and take a shot. Yep. And he gets the wounded shot. The issue with going prone on a ridge is you're only exposing your head. So if you get shot, you're either going to die or get knocked out pretty hard. So I think his helicopter helmet kind of saved him there. But he could still wake back up since it was his first down. OPFOR, meanwhile, still having these 2 guys. I think they're going to try to sneak around behind BLUFOR. But then again, BLUFOR, yep, they have deaded that cache because that symbol's no longer there. But if OPFOR wanted to, they could totally snipe this one guy by himself. That would be a perfect free kill. I think they're not going to do it, though, because they don't know where the rest of BLUFOR's forces are. But now we're seeing a larger BLUFOR force coming against a smaller OPFOR force because OPFOR is not that well garrisoned on the second position. But they do have this spot right here to put these KORDs down. But it's very, very open. And now we're seeing an OPFOR guy starting to shoot at this large BLUFOR group as well. We just saw an AT thing go off. And we're seeing the 3-man team from earlier on the left. They've climbed up here, and they're now suppressing up here. So Akif is down. And we'll see what those 3 BLUFOR guys can do. But now we're seeing a lot of, we're going to see a lot of fire go up here. You hear both of the KORDs going online. They're going to be able to get a lot of kills here if BLUFOR stays in the open. So they're trying to pop smoke, maneuver into the forested area over here. That's a very good call. You got some people that are pretty critically wounded here. And, you know, I just realized I have no idea where BLUFOR's marksman was. I've got no idea where their command structure is either. My roster's getting a little wonky, so, But yep, you're seeing that KORD now firing into this tree line here. We're not seeing any BLUFOR kills as of yet, but BLUFOR definitely getting some wounds down, and they're going to know that fighting 2 of these is going to be very difficult. But we see 2 OPFOR kills already. Again, the issue with going up here with there's very little cover, so only 4 OPFOR guys are remaining. We're seeing the good old classic heartbeat. I'm not even sure what that was. That might have been, these are smokes. All right, those are smokes. So only 2 guys up here, 2 guys over there. 1 guy reloading the KORD, Heckfly on the, excuse me, Danzer on the PKM, Heckfly on the KORD. And yeah, 2 guys down right off the bat. Not a good call there. Again, just because that's way too open, but they need an open spot to get the kill. But there we go. KORD just blew away this guy who fired an AT-4 shot up here. Smoke's being dropped up there as well to try to help hide their position, but we see 2 BLUFOR deaths back here. So it's pretty even right now. Someone else just went down. It's just a real lack of cover at both spots. 3 deaths now. Yeah, BLUFOR, I think, should have tried to get up to this perimeter wall first and then moved up, because this open fight against static turrets is going to be a difficult one, but BLUFOR is going to get some reinforcements here, and the command team is still back there watching. I don't know what they're doing, but OPFOR have also lost everyone up there, and that's going to give BLUFOR some room to breathe, meaning that these 2 guys are going to be the last ones defending. So, are these guys going to send some dudes back, or is BLUFOR right here doing enough stalling to get some kills in? Wow, so there's a lot of bodies up here. OPFOR was trying to tend to this mass chasm. I'm pretty sure that's Outcast dead right there. So these 3 guys were able to do a lot. Grenade getting thrown. It's going to roll down the hill a little bit. Went to, previous one went to Sky over there. But yeah, despite BLUFOR getting their butts kicked. Wow. So yeah, no, this was only a 3-man BLUFOR team, but we've got multiple bodies up here. Hellion might wake back up. Rador might wake back up. I always call him Cazador, because, you know, the name resemblance. And we still have a few guys on BLUFOR over here as well. He does wake back up. Will he double tap Hellion, though? That's the first thing I would do if I notice. It's really tough to tell. He is twitching, though. He's going to do a mag reload. I think Ace updated, now you no longer do the, you know, the hands in front of you animation. And this is the first Friday night fight since that. We do see a wake up. Cazador goes back. Hellion's awake, though, and mag dumps him. Whoo! But now he might crawl up and get shot by his own dudes. Yeah, so you really, now to check bodies, you have to go up to them and check their make sure you don't get an inventory symbol, because if you get an inventory symbol, then you know they're dead. Yep. Okay, so Outcast is still alive. He's still medic, still trying to work on Flying Fin. He could get up here, possibly help save Goatlander. But wow, wow, oh wow. But anyway, to check for dead bodies now, best way to check is look at the body. If you get an inventory symbol, which is like a, not an AK, it's a 5.56 standard rifle and 3 like 45-degree angle slashes that are white. If you get that symbol, they're dead. If you don't get that symbol, they're still alive and you need to double tap. But Reapers, thank you for the 5-month resub, man. Hope you keep enjoying the operations. Hope you're staying safe on COVID-19. I hope you get a kick out of this. But that's okay that you can't watch for long, man. As long as you're enjoying Arma, playing Arma, you're doing it right in my book. Whether it be here or at your own community, all we're trying to do is showcase all the fun. Yep, so Outcast has picked Finn up. Unfortunately, Goat just died. And let's look back over here. We have a massive wave of BLUFOR. And they still have this 1117. Looking back over here, it looks like there was a 1-to-1 trade, which means Grail, whatever his name was. Let's look at the roster here. I can't find his name. Yeah, so someone, I'm pretty sure it's these hidden groups. Just because they have skulls means I can't look at them, but Pilot died. Probably traded with the other OPFOR guy up here. We do see another OPFOR body right here, so that's probably what happened. And he walked up here, and I think he's still searching, but we really need to see that mat gun with its last round get used against the remaining 1117. Now we're seeing second in command, the first sergeant, and the marksman field back in. We're probably going to see OPFOR make a last stand right here on this cache, but just look at all the OPFOR marks and look at all the BLUFOR marks. I think BLUFOR just, by a little bit, has the numbers advantage. So Gray's trying to climb up here to get on one of the heavy guns. He did get spotted, though, and he's getting shot at by Arcor. This bunker right here, I don't know what OPFOR was planning to do with that, but that's just buying BLUFOR a little bit of cover here. And Gray goes down. I get the goal of trying to get up here to take that gun, but he would have been dead anyway by the 1117. This is a very powerful MRAP. And we still have the BLUFOR Delta team back here. They've got 2 free missiles. And I don't think OPFOR has anything remaining except, you know, the single BTR right here, because the other one got its gun shot out. So we might see BLUFOR use those against infantry just as a shock value. But anyway, Graybush has woken back up, taking 50 cal fire, gets knocked down again. 15 minutes remaining. So this was only a 45-minute operation, which, in my opinion, is pretty balanced. So BLUFOR, now pressed for time, has a new issue to deal with. I thought they still had 30 minutes, but it's only 15. So what BLUFOR needs to do now is find this cache, dead it, rally, and then hit that last position. I think they can do it in 15 minutes, but if they get stalled by machine gun fire, OPFOR could win this for the sake of time. Meanwhile, OPFOR is trying to sneak some dudes over here, gets some suppressing shots, manages to knock out Arcor's legs. And Freddy also took down a car right there. Now firing at Camish there. Fox, meanwhile, he's another guy streaming, by the way, if you want to do exclamation point multi to look at his POV. But yeah, Freddy and that car have done a big box in here. That car's trying to come closer and get some suppressing shots out. But Freddy's about to get screwed. Eckerson coming up from behind. Why are they not coming around and taking him out? Yep, so Carl's gonna run up and gets the shots. We do see a dead BLUFOR guy, though, so then a good 1-to-1 trade happened right there. Meanwhile, these guys are dismounting. I don't think that's the best call to do. You probably want to keep that 50 cal and use it. But we do have that 1117 over here. Maybe they'll hear a radio call about that 50. And now we're seeing some smoke. What happened here? I think they hit the wall and the BTR flipped, and now it's on the cache building. But we see a lot of OPFOR guys dead. 2 OPFOR guys dead right there. So maybe there was a lag spike. That's gotta suck. This might be a blessing in disguise, because there's also some more cover for them to utilize for the cache building. But now in my mind, there's no doubt where the cache is. But yeah, it looks like it was an Arma incident. But yeah, now that's just going to make BLUFOR's number advantage even bigger, because, I mean, look at all the skulls compared to all the guys still alive. BLUFOR still has a full Delta 3 team. And now you've got some of OPFOR took out 2 guys on the rear. Good call out of position there. And now you have these guys. They don't know. They're none the wiser here. So OPFOR could continue to sneak behind. It would be even better if they grabbed some of these guns to hide their audio PID. and that could help them get a few more kills. But if they keep moving up, they'll be able to catch Indigo and Valdrin out of position. They just have to know when the proper time to engage is. So PHK, I think he's checking to make sure he's dead. These guys, they have room. They could just get up right here and twin tap them. But they have to be cautious because they don't know where more BLUFOR guys are. So we have NASA and PHK. NASA's going to be able to get a double tap on here. Carl, meanwhile, going around. He's being extra cautious. Oh, this is beautiful. Oh, that was amazing. Now, is someone going to come around on the rear here? Val getting a double tap. Carl running up. Gets shot in the head. Inri coming around. PHK getting a little caught out of position there. Gets crippled because now BLUFOR knows the ruse is here. NASA comes around though. Gets the shot and Imri, but goes down himself. Absolutely beautiful. So 2 kills right there for NASA. He's about to die though. Double tap. And then PHK. 8 kills for PHK. Holy fuck. That's amazing. I mean, we have one body here, one body here, one body here. That one's done by NASA, though. So 2 here, 2 here. So when did PHK get those 4 other kills? NASA wakes back up, trying to run back. The enemy Delta team lets him get away. And this is the stalling I was talking about. This is what's going to cost BLUFOR the time, so they're not going to be able to get in and reposition. Meanwhile, OPFOR dealing with a 3-man team over here. They've already found them, though. They're trying to catch them out of position. One of them is crippled. The other one trying to hide behind a tree. This is a Delta team, by the way, because they do have that 240 Bravo, which is the gun of choice for BLUFOR machine gun teams. But now OPFOR is not going to be able to move much because that 117 knows exactly where they are. What these guys need to do is bandage up and get out of here, because if that 117 were to charge their position, they would be dead. But yeah, you're right. Mathematically, if we have 80 people and BLUFOR has a 10% advantage, BLUFOR would be at like 44, give or take. So that's just under 20% of the force. So PHK. And you got to also consider, this kill isn't counted yet, but PHK did down him. So, yeah, he's killed about 20% of BLUFOR by himself with his gun. So, like I've been saying, guys, this all comes down to the PvP. But these guys doing a really bad charge across. They're relying on the fact that these guys have really shitty accuracy. NASA trying to find a spot to do some overwatch here as PHK tries to play some distraction. Now PHK getting another kill! Holy fuck, he's unstoppable! NASA, meanwhile, trying to move up on the right, gets knocked unconscious. PHK getting some more shots in. How many shots? More grenadier rounds coming along. Holy fuck! Manages to get 1 shot on Stracco. He might wake back up for that, though. These guys are trying to detonate the cache. But it's Grenadier hell at this point. Look at this Chad. 9 kills now. 2 downs. He is literally stopping BLUFOR's only offensive here. Personally, this is probably the deadliest player I've seen in a Friday night fight so far, but I also just recently learned that you can click on guys and see their kill count. You also see there's a little bit of desync going on, so that could also help with it. He's got an Andrusa grade lag switch. Oh, he might catch Koak out of position, gets it down, gets a kill, 10 kills! 10 kills, 1 down. Stracco's woken back up. And he's still going for it. He might be able to catch Stracco out of position here. And BLUFOR has no idea where he is, because they were just suppressing random directions. Looking back quickly over here, BLUFOR guys trying to get up to this cache. OPFOR holding strong. Oh, he's getting shot at from the BLUFOR marksman. There's Wreck. Throwing a grenade out there. PHK did take a few shots right there. Oh, he might try to get... Amazing. He just crippled him. Get the kill. Oh, his accuracy. Probably because he's been shot a few times, so his accuracy's been pretty bad on the sway. Misses a shot there, but now that 117's coming down to end this. So PHK quickly trying to bandage up here to get himself going. While he does that, looks like BLUFOR lost that 3-man team coming up. OPFOR doesn't realize it though, so some of these BLUFOR guys might wake back up. And we still have some BLUFOR guys, a 3-man team up on this position as OPFOR makes their last stand over in this area. 6 minutes remaining. And yet they now know his position. OPFOR, he's crippled down to his pistol. 10 shots remain. I'm surprised the 117 didn't see him right there. Oh, it's over. And there goes PHK, the man, the myth, the legend that took out more than 20% of BLUFOR's entire player base. That's amazing. That is absolutely amazing. This is why I love streaming this stuff to you guys. Yeah, by the way, it looks like Vorsky or whatever his name was did die. So yes, he officially ended that with 12 kills. 12 of the skulls up here are because of him. My God. That's incredible. And now, who is this? We see Blunt coming up. 2 more dudes. Hippie has an RPG. He could lock down that 117. And we're seeing OPFOR guys crawling out of the woodwork here, including Hoyt to come down. But 5 minutes remaining. I don't think they're going to get to that AO in time. Maybe to use that AT missile on the 117. But only OPFOR has 1 cache remaining and 2 more guys coming down. Let's look here. So Bluck, he's fresh, hasn't gotten a kill yet. Hippie getting that AT out prematurely. He's gotten 2 kills. Looking at some of these BLUFOR guys, no kills. Burt with no kills. And how about that 1-7? The driver doesn't have a kill. I can't select the gunner, though. Ah. And then we also have Patriot with the 240 Bravo. Oh, Bluck's going to catch both of these guys out of position. Goes prone to stabilize his shots. Burt sees him, too, but gets dropped. Bluck runs out of ammo, gets the kill. Quickly runs back behind cover. He's going to have to tell Hippie that there is no 117 there. Patriot catches them out of position. Starts firing with that 240 Bravo. Wounds Bluck a bit. These guys need to be careful not to run into each other's lines. But they need to get away. Hippie now getting the AT out. Puts a rocket over there. That's going to keep Patriot suppressed. He's immediately going to bandage. Gorski now coming around. He's trying to do a wide flank here. He's going to catch Bluck out of position. There's the kill on Bluck, but Hippie covers him. Bluck's still alive. Hippie getting that kill right there. And honestly, for BLUFOR, they're trying to Hail Mary here. They've got 4 guys loaded up in this 117. If they were to just grenadier the shit out of this building to blow it up with that grenade machine gun, they could do it. Yanni has an RPG. I think he's out of RPG warheads, though. Oh, 3 minutes remaining. 3 more BLUFOR guys deployed, 2 guys on Overwatch. This is their MAT team. They don't have the launcher, though, so I think they've used them. It's down to the wire. It is absolutely down to the wire. Maybe the 117 is trying to come back, but Patriot and Hippie and Bluck, they're going to be out of play here for these remaining 3 minutes. I think OPFOR is going to win it on time, but no matter what, there can always be a trick play in here. We're seeing Pierce firing into this building. Managed to get some shots on Severe here. That's going to make OPFOR send all hands back up here. We see Tautori coming down, taking shots from BLUFOR. Freeman also coming down. Pierce is out in the open here, could easily get headshotted. Stracco coming in, gets the shot on this guy. And OPFOR is going to garrison the hell out of this building, so BLUFOR needs to tap a few grenades. Severe opens the window, but unfortunately immediately takes fire by Pierce. Where is that 117? It's coming over to quickly pick up Patriot. Again, all hands on deck. But with 2 minutes remaining, they're gonna have to pull up and do a Hail Mary. Meanwhile, Nemesis coming around, killing the BLUFOR marksman Wreck. And now they're gonna be able to come around and possibly kill Pierce here as Stracco comes in, gets a breach, manages to kill both OPFOR guys on the base floor. That leaves Pads on the second story. Pads, also known as Gaming with Pickles, but a grenade goes off and knocks out Stratico. Little under 2 minutes remaining. BLUFOR is going to have to Hail Mary that vehicle into the building, or just empty a Grenadier, whole thing of Grenadier rounds in there. Yanni doesn't have AT. At this point, it's risky, but they got to do it. Pierce, meanwhile, bandaging. Nemesis, of course, Nemesis has a machine gun. There's no fair question about that. Oh, why am I not getting stats? There we go. Yeah, he's gotten 2 kills with that. Yanni, meanwhile, he's gotten 1 kill and 1 vehicle kill. And now we got that 117 coming up. Yanni's probably running back. Oh, no! We got a fresh RPG right here. Yanni's looking for ammo. That 117 doing a slow climb. Yanni, you need to grab it like right now. He was looting the wrong body. Yanni! Patriot now getting out. He's got a 2-4. No. He's got a regular 7.62 rifle. Might be able to catch Yanni out. No, he looked the other way. They've all gotten out of the 117. 45 seconds remaining for BLUFOR right here. OPFOR has 4 guys in the area. 2 are down here. Grenades getting thrown. Nemesis is going to be able to catch some of these dudes out of position. Manages to get a kill on Shees just as he got into cover. Knocks out Dover as well. Patriot and Pierce running in. 25 seconds remaining. Patriot hops the window. Pads, meanwhile, he is staying right here. Manages to get shot. Patriot could run up and get the cash. He's got 15 seconds remaining. This could be it. He's going to try to mag up the cash. Will it be in time, though? Tries popping grenades. Pierce now running in. Nemesis quick behind. Oh, Patriot's trying, but Nemesis is right behind him, and the time limit has been reached. Oh, Patriot turns around, gets the kill on Nemesis, only for Yanni to drop him. And then Yanni shoots Mason. Yanni goes on a rampage. And there you go. Round 1 for Friday Night Fight EU has concluded. Stick with me, guys. Looks like overtime is going on right now. I'm not sure where that index is, but wow. Holy crap. Shout out to